This past week, I read a total of 6 manga. I did not read as much as I was planning on, but with the start of September approaching, I guess it's already September now, I got busier than I expected, which kind of sucks, but I wanted to talk about the 6 volumes that I did read. I did start 2 new series, and I'm trying not to start as many new series as I'm already reading like 100 different series currently, like all at the same time, and I'm trying to finish some series before I start new series, but there were a couple new releases that just really caught my eye, and I couldn't help myself. I read them right away. And the first one is this one, and the title is Ore no koi ni ochite kudasai. This is the cover. It is a very, very pretty series. It's a Casey dessert manga published by Kodansha. And like I just said, it was just released, so there is only 1 volume out. And that volume is unfortunately in Japanese, meaning there's no English out. I do hope it does get in English eventually, but I don't know when that would happen. But this series, I was so excited for it, and I had read a sample for it forever ago, and then I forgot about it. So when I heard the news that it was getting a physical release, I was so excited that I pre-ordered it. So I got this brand new. So that was a little bit expensive. But when I got my hands on it and I started reading past the sample, I was very surprised that this is a Casey dessert manga, because Casey Dessert, all of their series follow kind of a similar pattern. And this one felt more mature than everything else I've read by Casey Dessert. I'd say this one doesn't really have a plot. It focuses a lot more on the romance. It's an office romance, and it's just the 2 main characters like making googly eyes at each other at the office. And typically, like, I can usually get behind like a pure romance story, but this one, I don't know, there was just something about it. Our female lead in this series really, really likes men with nice voices. She calls them, I think, ikebo. So like an ikemen voice, the voice of a attractive man. So much so that in lieu of listening to music on the bus and wherever, she listens to audio recordings of men with nice voices saying questionable things to her. So that's just what she's about. That's just what she likes. And our male lead here, who you can see on the cover, has a nice voice. And they work at the same company, but he's very quiet. He's a little bit socially awkward. He doesn't really like chatting people up. So when she does eventually hear his voice, she's like, wow, you're my type. Like, you're so my type. And then, so she likes him because he has a nice voice, and he likes her because she likes him. And that's the extent of it. So for me, it does feel a little bit shallow, and then there's no plot. So I don't know. I do hope it gets in English, because I do want all of Casey Dessert's series to get English publications. But personally, I rated this volume a 6 out of 10. I'll probably continue with it, but I don't think I'm going to continue buying it new. I do think I'm going to start searching for the used volumes just as they come out. So yeah, this series, it was okay. And the other one I started that I liked a lot more is called Kurahime to Koikarasu. And this is the cover. It is just so beautiful. This one is a Hana to Yume Lala, and I'm really, really enjoying Hana Yume Lala series right now for some reason. I don't know why. There's just something amazing about them. This one is a romance fantasy series about our female lead here. They're both high school students, but our female lead here is the, I guess, heir to a kind of exorcist family. So she slays these demons and whatnot, and she has an ability to see demons that most people, even in her own clan, do not have. And because of this, she's kind of ostracized from all of her classmates because she's talking to ghosts just out in public, and it's a little bit daunting. And she told her uncle, the man who raised her, that she wants to quit being an exorcist because she just wants friends. And her uncle says, okay, like, you can quit if you can capture our family's mortal enemy, the crow people, like the crow monsters. And she's like, okay, cool, let's do it. And it turns out that when she was a child, she rescued her mortal crow enemy from like a near-death experience. And he finds her as she's searching for him, and he tells her, like, I'm gonna devote my life for you, basically. Like, I need to repay this life-saving favor that you did for me. And she's like, oh, like, you're my mortal enemy. I have to capture you. So it's really, really interesting. They do become friends, and I really like their dynamic because it's kind of like a forbidden friendship. And it's fun. It's really nice. It's a nice series. I do like the pacing. The art is pretty. It's very, very pretty. And I'm just enjoying it. The next volume comes out, I think, at the end of the year or early next year. And I think I'm going to buy it new. This one I bought used because I wasn't quite sure about it. I hadn't heard all too much about it. But I do really like this one. This one was a good one. The next one I read, so everything else is continuations. I read volume 3 of Firefly Wedding. So Hotaru no Yomiiri is the Japanese title. This one is also published in English. I think there's 3 volumes out in English right now, and there's 8 volumes out in Japanese. I own the first 6 because I can't find 7 and 8, and I just read volume 3. And I love this series so much. I'm not familiar with the manga magazine it comes in. I think this is the only series from this magazine that I own. And I might change that because I like this so much. I would like to try branching out a new series, even though I have no room for new series. But I am really enjoying this one. Slight spoiler warning for volume 3. I was expecting them to reach the main island at the beginning of volume 3 or the mid of volume 3. The way volume 2 ended, that's what I expected. That does not happen. So I was excited. Like, it did not happen how I thought it would happen. And I liked that because it kept me on my toes the whole time. There is a lot of progression in their relationship, and it does end on a cliffhanger. So this had me on my toes the whole time. There's one specific scene, I think in the first chapter, it's at the beginning of the book, that had me loving her as a female lead. I already loved her, but it made me love her so much more because I like a strong female lead. And they're both crazy, but in different ways. But we got to see her crazy quite a bit. It was very, very nice. So this is a good volume. I'm going to continue reading this. The 9th volume comes out soon, and I honestly might just buy the next couple volumes new so I can have them because I really enjoy it. The next one that I read is volume 2 of Himokuzu Hana-kun wa Shinitagari. This is another K-Seat dessert series. There's only 2 volumes out right now. I have both. This one, I do kind of wish, I do hope it gets in English. It doesn't yet. It's a wild one. If you like a good toxic male lead story, I do recommend this one. It's about, we have a slightly older female lead, so she's working, and she's kind of, I don't know if awkward's the right way to put it, but she's bad at communicating with other people. All of her coworkers at work take advantage of her, and she just kind of lets it happen. Not on her, she's very passive about it. And one day after work, she's thinking like, oh, like I don't want to do this anymore. Like I'm very sad. I don't want to do this anymore. And she runs into this mysterious man, and he ends up helping her home, and then he just moves in with her. And that's the premise of the story. It's he becomes quickly obsessed with her. He refers to himself as her pet, which is rather strange, but he really, really likes her, as in he'll stalk her and watch her get harassed at work, and then kind of try and make it so that she's no longer harassed at work. He takes things into his own hands. He's crazy. It's even crazier in volume 2. We never learn his real name. She names him Hana after her cat, and he just accepts it. He's like, yep, I'm your pet. Good job. Name me after your cat. And we never learn his name, and he doesn't want her to know his name. He's very transient. He comes and goes as he pleases, so we really don't know anything about him, and he knows everything about her. And she wants to learn more about him because obviously they're spending all their time together, and he really, really does not want to share any of his information with her, which I don't love the imbalance. I was okay with volume 1, but with volume 2, I really, really wanted a little bit more information about him. And while we did get like a teeny tiny bit of information about him, I really wanted more, like so much more. Like he feels the need to be able to stalk her and know everything about her, and she'll be like, are you underage? And he's like, whoa, don't ask me that. So like We'll see how volume 3 goes. I am enjoying it. And you can see he has like a little, the earring that cows have. He did it to himself because he calls himself her pet. It's a whole ride. I also read the newest volume, so volume 6 of Stomp, Kick, Love, or Fundari Kettari Aishitari. It was fantastic. This is one I pre-ordered, and I read the second it arrived here. It's very good. So this one does have an English title. I think there's 2 or 3 volumes published in English so far. Stomp, Kick, Love. This one is I like saying it's a workplace romance because they're both working adults, but they don't work at the same location. So our male lead works as a massage therapist, kind of. And like he does other things too, but like he does a lot of like working with his hands to make sure people's bodies feel better. I don't know the correct English term for it. And our female lead works at a company. She's like a salary man. She works an office job. And the two of them meet at a bar and hang out. So I don't know if you'd call that an office romance or like a working adult romance, but that feels kind of weird. But that's the kind of story this is. Our female lead really wants like an honest, good relationship. She wants to start moving on with her life. She's old enough. Our male lead is scum. He just wants to party and date whoever he wants at the time. He is not serious about anybody at all. But he's kind of serious about her. So he sends a lot of mixed messages, and I know it's not everybody's cup of tea, but I'm really enjoying this series. We see he wants her to want him, but like it's very complicated. We see themes of him not really liking himself as a person, not feeling like he deserves love in like the normal sense. And it's just, it hits a lot of different things. It's very good. People will complain that he is a playboy. He does not respect her boundaries, which are both true. But if you can break through that, I do think there's some really good themes that this series touches on. This volume, I will say, I was really, really worried this was the final volume, because when you get to the last, I'd say, quarter, it feels there's feelings of like this is the end. Like it felt complete. And then they introduced something new. So I was really worried because I hadn't heard any news about it ending. And I was reading it and I was like, wait a minute, like this feels like it's about to end. Like this has happened to me enough times. I know where it's going. It's about to end. It didn't. So I'm really grateful because I got real scared. I would have been okay if that is where it ended. So I really do like how this volume ends, but I want more. So I'm glad it's not over yet. But yeah, that's volume 6 of Stomp, Kick, Love. And the last one that I read is the newest volume of Okuremashite Seishun. This one has 4 volumes. Apparently it's ending with the next volume, so this will be a 5-volume series from what I've heard. And this will be getting an English publication by Kodansha next spring. Yay! This is a really, really good series. It's about 2 university students who, during their high school days, were so busy with studying and club activities that they couldn't really live their high school lives to the fullest. So now that they're in university and have a little bit more time, they like to cosplay as high schoolers and do things that they missed out on. And it's cute. This one is another one where there's really not all that much plot. It's more like fluffy romance and cute scenes. But I will say this does have more plot than this one. This one really didn't. This one, it's more loose plot being held together by good vibes. And I'm really enjoying it. There's a lot of fluffy scenes. I really, really like it. But there's not too much I can say about it. So I do think ending on 5 volumes, I'm not mad about it because I don't think this series can be stretched all that far just based on the plot, but I'm still really enjoying it. And that's everything that I read this week. So I read a total of 6 volumes. And with September, I'm going to be busy, so I don't think I'm going to be able to read anywhere near as much as I want to, which is a little bit depressing. But yeah, that's what I read.